Losing a pet is like losing a piece of your heart. If you're struggling with grief, you're not alone. At MyDogDied.com, we understand the pain and are here to support you. Visit us today and find comfort, guidance, and a community that cares. We received a letter from someone who's lost their pet and have allowed us to share their story so that it will help other listeners deal with the loss of their pet. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. Hello friends, I'm Don Barnes. Today I want to share a letter from Drew, a 33-year-old from Redondo Beach, California. Drew recently said goodbye to his 14-year-old miniature Schnauzer, Tank. And as I read his words, I can feel the quiet ache that only love can leave behind. Dear Don, it happened so fast. 1 minute Tank was his normal sprightly self, prancing around the yard, mimicking the neighbor's Labrador's silly hops, like he always did. The next, he was curled under the kitchen table, shivering. We rushed to the vet, but the prognosis was grim. Rat poison. Somehow, somewhere, he had gotten into it, and the damage was already done. They did everything they could, but I lost my boy the next morning. Tank had always been the clown of our block. His specialty? Mimicry. He could imitate the exact stretch and yawn combo of the golden retriever next door. And once, he even tried to copy a beagle's howl, his little voice breaking midway like a kid trying to sing opera. He had this spark. The sense of humor, I swear, was more human than canine. People would stop mid-walk just to watch his antics. He made people laugh even when they didn't want to. We had 14 years together. I rescued him as a pup from a shelter in Torrance. I was 19 and barely hanging on myself. Lost, angry, trying to find purpose. He gave it to me. Every morning he sat by the bathroom door while I got ready for work, his tail thumping softly. Every night he waited by the door when I was running late, never holding it against me. He loved with no conditions. He was my best friend, my shadow, my comic relief, my gentle constant in a life that's often anything but. After he passed, I couldn't breathe. The house was too quiet. The silence had weight. I started Googling things like, can you die from missing your dog? And somehow, mercifully, I found MyDogDied.com. I listened to your voice read stories like mine, Don. Stories from people who love just as fiercely. I cried, not just for Tank, but with others. And I realized we aren't alone in this. Our grief is a reflection of the love we were lucky enough to feel. Thank you for giving us a space to feel it all. Drew. I'm holding your letter right now with hands that understand too well what it means to say goodbye like that. Tank sounds like one of those once-in-a-lifetime souls. A little performer, a mirror of joy, and a companion who walked through the toughest years of your youth and into your adulthood, right by your side. It's a cruel twist, isn't it? That something as senseless as rat poison could steal away a life so full of light. And yet Tank's light lives on, in stories like this, in the laughter he brought, and in the countless moments he turned your ordinary days into something magical. What you wrote about mimicry touched me. Dogs often mirror our moods, but Tank took it to another level, mimicking not just behavior, but energy. That's a rare gift. He wasn't just living, he was making art of it. And Drew, thank you for sharing how you found MyDogDied.com. That's why we're here. Because sometimes healing begins when you hear a voice that says, I get it. I hope someone listening to this episode feels less alone, just like you did. Tank, your story has been told, and it will be remembered. Thank you, Don Barnes.
Your love for your pet never fades, and neither should your support. If you're grieving, don't go through it alone. Visit MyDogDied.com or call us at 85-5925-2658 and connect with those who truly understand. Healing starts here. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. If you have a story that you would like to tell us, your dog stories at mydogdied.com at gmail.com.